Distinguished guests, colleagues and friends, members of the Rural Pact community, I'm delighted to have the chance to address you today at the first ever Rural Pact conference in Brussels. I regret that I cannot be with you in person. Since we launched the Rural Pact 6 months ago, the unthinkable has happened. Putin launched a war of conquest against Ukraine, and there is a global food crisis looming. While the Russian army is torching Ukraine's crops, bombing its grain silos, and blocking its ports for export, we are doing everything in our power to help Ukrainian farmers with fertilizer, seeds and fuel. We've opened solidarity lanes to export Ukraine's agricultural goods by road or rail. And we are not just boosting harvests in Europe, but are supporting vulnerable countries in the Middle East and Africa to boost their production too. The speed at which we act now will determine the scale of the problem in the months to come. But this crisis also tells a different story. It confirms a core strength of our union. Our food supplies are resilient and healthy. In fact, we expect a record export of cereals of 40 million tons in 2022 and 2023. Because for decades we have invested in our farmers and farms. And in the decades to come, we must expand and build on this strength. Rural areas are at the heart of many major transitions, from an aging society to the green and digital transition and the building of European sovereignty. The resilience of rural life in Europe is about healthy communities, a balanced relationship with nature and hard work. This is what I learned living in the countryside. It is about passing on traditions to the next generation and giving young people the opportunity to follow their dreams without having to leave their land behind. Farmers use digital marketplaces to sell products directly and reach more customers. They also use and offer digital services from remote locations to earn additional income. With digitalization, a more balanced range of opportunities and possibilities between urban and rural areas is no longer a dream, but a reality. New technology can make abandoned land profitable to farm again. On the Greek island of Kythera, the EU is sponsoring a smart village program which is testing precision farming on olives and honey. Smart villages like this are transforming Europe's countryside, creating new jobs and business opportunities, and finding solutions to loss of population and climate change through innovation. The green and digital transitions give us a unique opportunity. With Next Generation EU, Europe's historic €800 billion recovery fund, the wind is at our backs, not just to revitalize the countryside, but for rural communities to take control of their own future. And this is why the Rural Pact was born. A pact to drive the transformation. A pact between everyone in Europe who is invested in the future of our rural communities. I am proud that the Rural Pact is no longer an idea on paper, but has grown into a living community. A community of over 1,000 organizations and individuals across Europe. And this is just the beginning. I invite all rural stakeholders to join the community. Now is the time to come together. Farmers and entrepreneurs, ecologists and technologists, young and old, and shape the future of rural life in Europe. Rural communities are a cornerstone of Europe's resilience and independence. And when life in our countryside flourishes, so does our European way of life. I wish you an exciting conference, and thank you for having me.